Topglove found in 1991, Topglove has grown from a modest business with a single factory to emerge as the world's largest rubber glove manufacturer. Topglove is a one-stop glove sourcing center producing consistently high-quality gloves at an efficient and low cost. Today, the company exports to over 2,000 customers across 195 countries in Asia, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and also the America. Their complete range of quality gloves enables them to meet their needs of the company's ever-expanding customer base. But every large company must have risks, especially in the last COVID-19 pandemic season. Topglove company are among the large companies affected during the Movement Control Order, which is MCO, as well as EMCO. Let's take a look at some of the risks that have been derived from an article due to Topglove production.
On November 2nd, 2020, 3,000 workers of Topglove company tested positive COVID-19, which is from Teratai workplace cluster. In this situation, the company need to bear the financial and non-financial risk. In terms of financial risk, the company had to spend 20 million ringgit Malaysia on 100 units of new apartments for each worker in Meru Klang, Selangor. The objective is to avoid overcrowding and follow SOP by government in the apartment. Besides that, the company also had to bear the cost for COVID-19 testing. However, the company was allowed to claim a subsidy of 150 ringgit Malaysia for each screening for workers who contribute to SOCSO, Social Security Organisation. It also known as loss prevention as the alternative of risk management, but the worker need to register under SOCS. Other than that, the production of Topglove products reduced because of low workforce, and it will impact the sales and profitability of Topglove. The low of workforce in Topglove because many of them positive COVID-19, and it is known as non-financial risk. The risk evaluation of this company is high severity and frequency, as the COVID-19 give a huge impact to the whole company, and it always occur. Therefore, Topglove need to follow the SOP by the government in their operation to reduce the risk, that also known as loss reduction.
The second hazard happened to Topglove company during COVID-19 is 20 companies' factory were forced to close down or stop the production, while the other 8 had to reduce their production. Even though there are 8 factories still operating, the production capacity is only 10% to 20%. This action has to be taken by the management because of too many workers tested positive in COVID-19, and to sanitize the whole factory to inactivate the virus in there. Several risks can occur because of this hazard. Either it will affect the company, workers, or even people around financially or non-financially. Financially, it can give risk to the company, as the company cannot gain much profit for that month compared to the previous month. And for workers, they will not be getting any salaries during the period. For non-financial risk, the company cannot continue their production at the closed factory and have to reduce the production capacity at the factories that still operate. Besides, the percentage of the workers who are working together with the one tested positive to get infected too is high. Last one, the consumer who make order with Topglove have to wait longer to receive their product because the company did not have enough stock to distribute to all customers at the same time. Alternative risk management that has to do by the company is closing the factories to avoid more people or workers infected, also known as risk avoidance. People in the higher position of the company can also instruct their workers to wear PPE during working and make swab tests. If negative, they can continue working, but if positive, they have to quarantine at their home, also known as loss control. This type of risk has really high severity because the company have to bear with several things, but this kind of risk low in frequency because it did not happen many times.
The next risk from the article is market shares of Topglove declined 17%. Following the risk management process, the first process is identifying the risk. For the financial risk, the company did not gain much profit due to declines of market share, while for the non-financial risk, there is low production since the EMCO during the COVID-19. The second process is risk evaluation. Since the market shares decline, it shows that low frequency and high severity risk. It is risky because once prices drop, it can be hard to raise them again unless the company regains enough market share to muscle out its competitors. Next, the third process. The alternative risk management technique that we discussed is to control the risk, which is loss reduction. By dropping the price, Topglove company will be a good investment opportunity for the investors. The fourth process is selecting and implementing the risk. So the selection that we choose is financial criteria since the decline of market share will affect the organization's profitability and rate of return. The last process is evaluating, reviewing, and controlling risk. Therefore, by dropping the price, company hope to entice customers away from competitors. Thus, being able to attract customers to return through lower prices can be an excellent short-term strategy.
The risk that Topglove has to face is they have to spend 1.40 billion ringgit in order to purchase their own shares, which is half of the financial year 2020 earnings in order to continue their business in 2021. Therefore, the degree of risk that Topglove has faced is low severity, low frequency. It is due to the risk retention that the organization's decision to take responsibility for a particular risk that they are facing. As for alternative risk management, Topglove may eliminate the risk by risk control management, loss control reduction. Topglove will bear the cost by spending 1.14 billion ringgit in order to buy back their own shares in order to stay in the business in 2021. Finally, the reasons for evaluating, reviewing, and controlling. Mistakes are made, new risks emerge, and old risk disappears. The risk of facing another loss may occur if investors withdraw from being the shareholders of the company, if the company's COVID-19 management fails again.
In addition, Topglove will also have to bear risks related to the hostel expenses of their employees. From these risks that I mentioned, we can conclude that it has financial risk as well as non-financial risk. Financial risk to be faced by Topglove is they need to spend more money for their employees' temporary hostel who have been discharged from hospital due confirmed positive COVID-19. It is because the origin hostel is located in EMCO area and everyone did not allow to go to EMCO area, and it becomes the liability of their company, which is Topglove, because they need to bear the cost of the hostel and their financial will be disturbed slightly in terms of profitability. At the same time, the risk also involve non-financial risk, which is they must face the shortage of manpower due to the separation of their hostel, which is outside the manufacturing area in Klang. The degree of this risk is low severity and low frequency. It is because the risk occur at the time only because it happens suddenly, and of course, the Topglove will make preparation if something like this happens again. After assessing this risk, it involves retention as an alternative risk management technique for this company because the company will bear the consequences of the loss. In addition, the Topglove can also use insurance to transfer the risk. In conclusion, all companies have a risk. After doing all steps of this risk assessment, we say that Topglove risk will be changed, which is new risks emerge and all risks disappear when this COVID-19 pandemic ends. That's all from us. Thank you and have a nice day.